Market predictions. Click in the bottom right-hand corner at any time for a free 7-day trial. What I'm going to give you is my trading plan that has tens of millions of dollars following it, plus access to me as I present the trading plan daily live in our webinar. There's 100 plus traders on every single day. We talk everything from stocks, bonds, you name it, economics, politics, biology lately, who would have thought? Prediction 1. President issues massive financial punishment on China within the next 90 days. He's got blood on his hands. It's because of China. He's telling us he's going to do this. It's quite likely going to end up being over 500,000 Americans dying from what's going on, and China could have easily stopped it. This is big. This is huge, and there is going to be payback. It's happening very soon. Prediction 2, China devalues the CNH Yuan, their currency, to offset the president's new tariffs. Okay, so if he was doing 10 to 25% tariffs because China's playing unfair in the economy, imagine what he's going to do when he's got 100, 200, 300,000 dead Americans to essentially make China pay hell for. Okay, so these tariffs could be huge, they could be massive, and this could be just the tip of the iceberg. So it's just an example of one thing for sure he's already told us he's planning to do. I think there will be a lot more. But this is how China reacts to offset those actions. And they turn around and tariff us right back. So it just really locks up the economy. Prediction 3, this causes the dollar to strengthen and hits foreign currencies hard. Now, many people don't know what that means, but basically, foreign countries have to pay their debts in dollars. If their currency weakens, it makes their debt more expensive, so they end up liquidating things to pay for their debts, and that's just a nightmare. So they have to sell their own currencies, which further makes the problem even worse. They end up selling stocks to get their hands on dollars. It creates a chain reaction, and every single time stocks tank. Prediction 4, oh yeah, stocks crash hard, bond market rallies. That's super easy to predict. If you really think the profits and earnings of corporations are going to be anything like they were in 2019, you are crazy. We're going to be in and out of lockdowns until there's a vaccine. Wearing masks, it's ridiculous. It sucks. I hate it. But it is dangerous. You can just look at excess death data, and many places are having 30 to 100% more deaths based on historical data. So clearly the lockdowns were warranted. They're coming back. We're not taking the precautions to stop the spread of this. There's no way, not even a chance. So it's going to be coming in and out, causing chaos on the economy until there's a vaccine. Prediction 5, as this happens, and I mean the escalation in the US-China trade war, the Treasury begins selling the $3 trillion deficit at close to 0% interest rates. Right now, the 30-year Treasury is above 1%, but I believe that's going to go to 0%. And so that means you're going to make a ton of money buying the bonds today at these higher interest rates and then selling the bond for a huge profit when those interest rates go lower. So you really want to be in this position well before this news hits. Prediction 6, 30-year Treasury yield plummets towards 0%, earning TLT holders 30 to 50% gains. Actually, it'd probably be more like 100 to 200%, especially if we go negative. Germany's negative, Japan's negative. Those are our two main competitors in the bond market. So if they keep going more negative, you can assume the US could. So that profit target's low on the TLT. Prediction 7, SPY S&P 500 out of the money. Cheap put options return 500 to 5,000% in 2020. Prediction 8, November-December market hits a short-term bounce as hope for a vaccine is hyped up for January, and the Fed is forced to go into negative rates during this period. Prediction 9, Yellow Man wins in a landslide, bashing China connection against opponent. This is easy. The opponent literally took billions out of China, used it to buy out companies that had military benefits, and then transfer that technology back to China Okay, and that's just the tip of the iceberg of what this guy's done. This is going to be the main focus of the election, and again, will make the stock market very nervous, and of course, the bond market rally. Prediction 10, crash is not over by 2020, despite a short-term bounce with hype over a vaccine in January. It goes much lower in 2021 because a vaccine isn't ready by January. That's crazy talk. That's science fiction. That's hope. The most similar strain of this current virus is one in which was found in 2002, 2003, has a super high correlation to this. And the scientists haven't created a vaccine that works for 17 years. They've made some. It created antibodies, but then when they reintroduced the disease in the mouse died from an autoimmune attack. So you got to be careful. You got to do your due diligence. You got to do small tests. You got to see what the results of those tests are. You can't just go infect 100 million people. If you do, that is crazy, absolutely crazy, like zombie crazy. So I think that January is out of the question. We'll be lucky to be in some sort of phase 2, phase 3 range by summer next year. So we're really looking at quite likely, if we're really, really lucky with a long shot, getting something mass produced towards the end of 2021. But to think we haven't at that scale in January is silly. Prediction 11, a Great Depression is entered until a vaccine works, and the first vaccines are going to be slow. They're not necessarily going to work for everyone. There's going to be problems. This is going to delay everything. And until we get this fixed, we're not going to be back to work. Think about it. Masks suck, but they're warranted. You can look at the excess death data and know this is not a hoax. It wipes people out. It's bad. It's ugly. Okay, it sucks. I don't want to wear a mask either, but this is just the world we're living in, and it's not going to change probably for 24 months if we're lucky. Prediction 12, crypto gold crash alongside stocks. Just go look at a chart, line them up. They never diverge. They're highly correlated. They're due to inflationary pressures where the Fed's printing money. The stock market rally is 100% because the Fed has been buying up our debt until we create chaos so we can go sell it to foreigners. He's slowing it down. We've gone from 600 billion a week to 400 to 300 to 50 to 40 this week. By next week it'll be 20, soon it'll be 0. Stock market will crash just from that. Okay, but instead of it just being that, you've got tariffs coming to help you out for our predictions. So absolutely no way stock market stays anywhere near these valuations. I think it'll crash at least 50% from current levels, probably more. Look at 1929. And you're way too early to be buying crypto or gold. Okay, so wait till everybody's back employed. Wait till we fix the holes in the boat. Wait till all the debt has been sold. It may take 2 years to sell the debt of the deficit we're creating. Trillions of dollars trying to fix this deflationary force, not inflation. Deflation, bonds, inflation, stocks, crypto, gold. Think of it that way. You're going to do so much better. Prediction 13, the big gold inflationary run-up doesn't begin for another 2 to 5 years. The very earliest, I'd say, is 1 year if we get a vaccine earlier than I think and we can get the full labor force back to work. Then you can easily get some inflationary pressures. I've got more. Join us live daily in our trading webinar with the entire crew of 100 plus traders. You'll get my trading plan. Again, there's tens of millions of dollars, maybe hundreds of millions possibly following this right now. They love the info. I will keep you informed. We cover everything possible that you would need to know for a big macro strategy. Click the link below at any time for a free, no credit card 7-day trial. We want to impress you and win your business and also avoid a massive loss. The rebound you just saw is fake news. It won't last. Disclaimer, trading is risky. You can lose your entire investment. Testimonials are not average. Assume as many people have made profits, lost equally as much or more. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for educational purpose only. Information, although believed to be accurate, may not be accurate. See full disclaimer and link below in the description box. Click the link below at any time for a free, no credit card, 7-day trial now. You're going to immediately get access to our live trading webinar and trading plan that spells out how to replicate the exact model portfolio that I have set up to profit from a stock crash, a bond rally. We've also got some exciting plays like shorting Hong Kong 100 to 1 potential return with very little risk holding that position because it's pegged to the dollar, so very little risk. We've got a short China stock market play that can get 30 to 1 if we end up delisting FXI, which I think is highly likely. And then we have the long bond TLT play and the short SPY puts. So we'll get you set up. We're also playing the oil market and the gold market in the right way with put options protecting the underlying, getting ahead of the curve. There's a lot to tell you. Click the link below at any time for a free, no credit card 7-day trial now.